An analyst just predicted Cardano could jump 200% by year end. Sounds crazy, right? I thought so too until I dug into what's happening right now. Suddenly, I'm asking myself, is Cardano finally ready for a bull run? The signs I'm seeing this week have me more excited for ADA than I've been in a long time, and I need to share why. I'm not one to fall for hype easily. I've held Cardano for years through big promises and painfully slow cycles. I even run a Cardano stake pool, so trust me, I feel the frustration and the hope of the ADA community every day. But something changed recently. In the last few days, Cardano became one of the loudest crypto stories while most people weren't paying attention. The network activity spiked, and for once the price actually followed. We're talking active wallets hitting their highest count of the year and developer activity picking up. Token holders are waking up again. Many are saying this cycle already feels different from past years. Some analysts even compare Cardano's current setup to early XRP just before its explosive move, which is a bold claim, but it shows how much the mood around ADA has shifted. There are even those calling for up to a 200% surge in AD's price by New Year's. I know that sounds like hopium, so what's really fueling this sudden optimism? Before we continue, let me be absolutely clear about one thing. This might shock you, but I'm not a financial advisor and nothing in this video is financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile and you could lose all the money you invest. Always do your own research and consult a qualified professional. Your investments are entirely your responsibility, and you should know that nothing is ever guaranteed when it comes to investing. Neither I, this channel, nor YouTube are liable for any losses. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Alright, with that said, let's talk about why people, myself included, think ADA might finally be gearing up for a major run. It comes down to a perfect storm of 4 catalysts hitting this month, plus some real growth on the network. Think of it as Cardano's big moment, years in the making, possibly coming to a head now. Here are the 4 key things happening in December that could send ADA flying or at least give it a serious boost. Fed interest rate pivot macro catalyst. In mid-December, the US Federal Reserve meets and there's buzz about a potential interest rate cut on December 15th. In fact, prediction markets are putting odds on a 0.25% rate cut. Why does that matter? Because if the Fed does cut rates and says anything optimistic about the economy, it's like jet fuel for risk assets. Stocks, crypto, including ADA, could see a relief rally. We've all seen how macro trends affect crypto. When money is cheaper and investors are feeling bullish, coins like Cardano often benefit. Now nothing is guaranteed. The Fed could do nothing or sound hawkish, but this is one external wildcard to watch. A dovish Fed could light a fire under the whole crypto market, ADA included. Midnight sidechain launch, tech catalyst. Cardano isn't just twiddling its thumbs, it has a major upgrade dropping on December 8th. This is the launch of Midnight, a new Cardano sidechain focused on privacy. Midnight uses fancy zero-knowledge tech to let developers build private and secure dApps on Cardano, kind of like how zkSync and other zk rollup platforms work. This could be a game changer for Cardano's ecosystem if it lives up to the hype, because it opens Cardano to applications requiring confidentiality, think enterprise use cases, identity, etc., while still benefiting from the Cardano main chain. Plus, and this is huge for ADA holders, the Night token airdrop is happening at launch. Many Cardano holders are set to receive these new Midnight tokens for free as a reward. Now you can probably guess what might happen. People could get excited, hold ADA to qualify for airdrops, etc. On the flip side, there's a risk some will dump their free night tokens immediately for a quick profit, which could put short-term sell pressure on ADA if everyone's treating it as free money. And of course, Midnight itself has to prove it's not another overhyped project. Some past hype networks on other chains flopped after launch. But if Midnight succeeds, it could seriously expand Cardano's appeal. It's definitely something everyone will be watching on December 8th. $70 million development fund, ecosystem catalyst. This one shows Cardano's community and developers are in it for the long haul. Recently, there was a governance vote on a budget proposal to allocate 70 million ADA, which is tens of millions of dollars, to address key network issues and growth initiatives, and it passed. This means Cardano now has a war chest to pump into things like DeFi expansion, real-world asset tokenization, RWA, and even decentralized public infrastructure. Think decentralized internet, identity, etc. It's like fueling up a rocket. They're funding developers and projects to actually build on Cardano and make the network more attractive. Big players and stablecoins coming, adoption catalyst. Part of that funding's goal is to attract the big fish that Cardano has been missing. We're talking tier 1 stablecoins, institutional custody providers, better wallets, on-chain analytics tools, cross-chain bridges, price oracles, all the stuff that make an ecosystem thrive. Imagine Cardano with a major stablecoin like USDC or similar running natively, and big institutions comfortable holding ADA because custody solutions are there. If these efforts succeed, Cardano could go from being a potential Ethereum alternative to a serious contender in DeFi and beyond. It would mean more total value locked, more users, more transactions basically, real adoption. This is a slower burner catalyst, but the fact that they're investing heavily in it now means 2024 and beyond could look very different for ADA than 2022 or 2023 did. Those are 4 pretty strong tailwinds possibly forming behind Cardano: favorable macro, a big tech launch, internal investment in growth, and the promise of new big players entering the ecosystem. Any one of these could nudge ADA upward. Together, they paint a compelling picture. It's no wonder some folks are whispering about a Cardano comeback. Now, I want to stress nothing is certain. Each catalyst has its risks. Maybe the Fed doesn't cut rates, maybe Midnight has issues, or its token airdrop backfires. Maybe that development fund doesn't get used effectively. We've been hopeful on Cardano before and been let down, so I'm optimistic but cautious. This isn't me saying ADA will moon for sure. This is me saying for the first time in a while the stars seem to be aligning for ADA, and that's exciting. So as an ADA holder and someone deeply involved in the community, how am I preparing for this? Let me share my strategy, because whether Cardano soars or not, there are smart moves to consider that I've learned over the years. Making ADA work for me. Staking. I'm not letting my ADA sit idle. All my Cardano is staked, earning passive rewards. In fact, I run a Cardano stake pool with the ticker Cheek. It's a great way to make your ADA work harder for you instead of just holding and praying for the price to rise. If you haven't staked your ADA yet, seriously consider it. Staking on Cardano is liquid, meaning your ADA isn't locked up at all. You can withdraw or spend it anytime, and you stay in full control of your crypto. Your ADA never leaves your own wallet. You just delegate it to a pool and earn extra ADA every epoch. If you're already staking with another pool but you want to support this channel, you're welcome to delegate to our Cheek pool. It really helps us keep making these videos possible, and in return, you get competitive staking rewards. It's a win-win, whether or not ADA's price pops off tomorrow. Plan A, B, and C with exchanges, affiliate links notice. I have a strategy when it comes to crypto exchanges, always have backup plans. If there's one thing we learned from the last bull run, it's that exchanges can go down or get overwhelmed right when you need them most. Sometimes they even suspend withdrawals in volatile times, a nightmare if you want to take profits or move funds. So I've made sure I'm signed up, identity verified, KYC where needed, and have tested multiple exchanges. That way, if exchange A has issues, I've got exchange B or C ready to go. I recommend everyone do this. On my website, linked in the description, I have listed all the exchanges I use, each through an affiliate link that supports the channel if you choose to use them. Platforms like, for example, Blowfin, Bitget, and others are on that list. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra, it just helps fund the channel and lets me keep doing what I do. Just remember, whichever exchange you use, never keep all your crypto on there long term, which brings me to my next point. Secure storage, ledger affiliate notice. I can't emphasize this enough. Not your keys, not your coins. With ADA potentially on the rise, more people will FOMO in, and unfortunately, hackers and scammers will be on the prowl too. I store the majority of my crypto, including Cardano, on a hardware wallet, specifically a ledger. This keeps my assets safe offline, away from the risks of exchange hacks or failures. If you're serious about crypto and you haven't got a hardware wallet yet, consider getting one. Just buy it directly from the manufacturer's website, never from a third-party reseller. There have been cases of fake or tampered devices out there. I have a direct link to the official Ledger site on my website for convenience. Yes, it's an affiliate link that helps the channel, full disclosure, but however you do it, make sure you're protected. The peace of mind is worth it, especially if ADA or other holdings multiply in value. Constant learning, cheeky crypto school. The crypto world moves fast. If you don't keep learning, you'll get left behind or make costly mistakes. That's actually a big reason why we started our own crypto school at cheekyschool.com. I won't shill too hard here, but since you're watching this, you clearly care about crypto. We've put together courses on everything from trading strategies to portfolio and risk management. It's all about giving you the tools to succeed, whether the market's going up, down, or sideways. There's a link in the description to the school, and as a thank you for watching, you can use the code YT50OFF to get 50% off any course. Education is one investment that always pays off, and unlike crypto, knowledge can't crash by 70% overnight. Exploring new opportunities, Unity nodes. Now, aside from Cardano itself, I'm always looking for ways to earn crypto passively and support innovative projects. One that's caught my attention is called Unity nodes. Some of you regulars know I've mentioned Unity in prior videos, but if you're new, here's the gist. Unity is a project by World Mobile and the Minutes Network that lets everyday people like us run mini nodes on our smartphones. Think of it as turning spare phones into part of a decentralized network and getting paid for it. I actually went ahead and purchased a Unity node license. They issue them as NFTs, but really it's just a software license key, which gives me the ability to connect up to 200 devices as nodes. To start, I'm testing it out with just 10 phones, baby steps. If it goes well, I'll scale up to use more of those licenses. What's the incentive? Every phone node helps expand network coverage and in return earns rewards paid in crypto. I've opted to receive payouts in a mix of BTC, ETH, ADA, and XRP, a nice way to slowly stack more of my favorite coins without buying them outright. It's like staking or mining, but using mobile nodes. Pretty cool, right? Of course, Unity is not the main focus today, and it's still a new venture, so please do your own research if it sounds interesting. I'll put a link in the description to their light paper and a rewards calculator so you can see the potential yourself. I just love that these kinds of projects exist. They show how crypto can enable anyone to participate and earn, not just big miners or stakers. And hey, if my Unity experiment succeeds, that's yet another stream of crypto income while we wait for that Cardano rocket to hopefully take off. Now, after all that, let's circle back to the big question. Is Cardano finally ready for a bull run? Here's my honest take. Cardano has never looked better fundamentally than it does now. The network is growing, developers are active, new features like Midnight are about to roll out, and the community's making big moves to expand the ecosystem. Even the timing in the broader market could be on Cardano's side if the Fed and macroeconomy cooperate. For the first time in a long time, it feels like ADA isn't just riding Bitcoin's coattails, it's starting to carve its own path. That said, we've got to keep our expectations grounded. ADA's price is still around 70% down from its highs not too long ago, and it's been here before showing promise, then sliding back. So I'm not declaring victory yet. What I am saying is that I'm more optimistic about Cardano today than I have been in years. I've positioned myself to benefit if that bull run materializes through staking, securing my holdings, having exchange access, and diversifying into related opportunities. And if it turns out to be a false alarm, well, I'm still earning rewards and learning along the way, so I'll be ready for the next opportunity. One thing I know for sure, the next few weeks will be critical for Cardano. I'll be watching how the Fed decision goes, checking out the midnight launch and that night token distribution, and keeping tabs on any news about that big development fund and new partnerships. I'll keep you all updated on what happens because this could truly be a make or break moment for ADA's trajectory. So, are you feeling bullish on Cardano? Maybe you've been holding ADA patiently or impatiently for years, or maybe you wrote it off and are now reconsidering. I'd love to hear your take. Do these catalysts make you believe ADA can finally break out, or do you think it's going to fizzle again? Let me know in the comments or over in our free Discord community. Link in the description. It's a great place to learn and chat with thousands of other crypto enthusiasts. We have a fantastic community over there, completely free, where we discuss all of this in real time. Come join us and say hi. No matter what happens, I'm going to stay transparent about my moves and share what I learn. Cardano has surprised us before, and I have a feeling it's about to surprise us again one way or another. As always, stay safe out there, make informed decisions, and never invest more than you're willing to lose. If you found my perspective helpful, consider subscribing to the channel. It really supports us. I'll be here to guide you through whatever comes next for Cardano and the crypto markets at large. Hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next video.